Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. All right. So, for those of you that are new, Late Night Lucky, thank you for the lurk. The idea with this is you can kick back, get cozy, get yourself a blankie, get yourself a pillow, chill out, enjoy yourselves. Got some thunderstorm background, got some lo-fi music. All you have to do is either relax or work alongside me while I do my work. For those of you that want to read the book and get caught up, use the command !LXD in chat. It'll pull up the document so you can either follow along as I'm writing, or you can just be blind. That works too. But yeah, this is like a mainstay here. We do this. We'll be doing this pretty often. This is something that's pretty normal for us. Lower the redeem, I got you. Metal Greymon fight all the armors at the same time in O2? Oh, maybe. I'm making a book? Yeah, so I'm actually a published author. I've got 3 books published. We don't talk about those right now. I'm currently working on my lore book, LXD, or Lucky Days. And we're about, what are we at? We're 38,000 words in. So, we're making good progress. This is something that we usually do at the end of stream for an hour to 2 hours. I took a break for, a month? Because I was sick and a bunch of other stuff was happening, the holidays and whatnot, but we're back at it. So, this is what we're doing. This is just, a normal thing that we do. I really need to find a better chat service for both YouTube and Twitch to be on screen. Oh, my bad. How could I forget? Tired Eyes. Silly me. Tired Eyes and this. Here we go. Her chapter is about the cutest, fluffiest, funniest character, Taiga. That's crazy. You wish. So, when we left off, Taiga and Net had a bit of a falling out. They had a little bit of a battle of, I don't want to say ideals, but kind of where they're at this point. The fight ended with Taiga and Net, saying their pieces, making up essentially, Nepta revealing that essentially they don't want Taiga to die the same way their last party member did, like Nep did. And then merfolk showed up on the cruiser, on the ship, and now they're fighting the merfolk. So they're having a moment to box these merfolk out. For those of you that are new here, I'll give you a quick rundown on what's happened so far in in Lucky Days. In the beginning, Lucky landed on planet Earth, made a giant crater. A character named Jamie found them, and around his home, his cabin in the woods, up in the mountains, he took Lucky in. Lucky took on the form of a video game / anime character and then altered it to be themselves. Lucky then got a job at a local cafe / guild hall called the Fool's Carol, thanks to Jamie's connections and friends, and he's also an adventurer. And then a few different things happen. There's a team called Team Decima that we follow from time to time. Its leaders Holly, and then we got Taiga, Nept, Tara in that team, and then more members in the future. They fought some mimics and a giant wolf. Plot thickened. Lucky's magic is currently, I don't want to say, it's not really sealed, but they're having a confidence issue, so they're struggling to use their magic. And recently, they've started to break out of that. Jamie is trying to resolve the incident with the mimics and figure out what the fuck is going on with the local like wildlife and monsters. So they've been dealing with that. And there's a opposing guild in the city of Aegis, which is their main city that they all kind of work from. It's where all this takes place and events happen from, called the Marionette Mafia. And they want to be restored to their rightful power, is their claim. So there's about to be a night celebration event chapter here in the near future where Jamie meets up with one of the leader of that mafia and figures out what's going on, what their issue is, and the plot will go on from there. But the idea of this story is, while there is overarching plot points and things that happen, the idea is that each chapter is kind of like its own event, thing that happens. So we're just taking it one step at a time. Welcome in, Bulkiest. And yeah, we chilling for real, for real. Thanks for making it through. Good to see you here. Yeah, it's been a joy to write so far, and I've been having a good time, so maybe I'll be able to get this finished and edited today. I look a bit different today. No, this is how I always look. Ever since I started going hard and I've been streaming, I've looked exactly like this. There's no changes. Right, chat? Right? This is my usual vibe, my usual look. There's nothing that's changed around here. Have you been taking your meds, Bulkiest? It's all good. Don't worry about it. Nothing to see here. There is no war in bossing, sir. We chillin'. Alright, let's see. Let's just read the last couple of lines so I'm caught up. Okay. Let's just start from the beginning of the merfolk fight. This is your first time here, so no difference for you. For real, for real. Everything is as it should be. What are you doing? Taiga shouted. Okay. Huh? Okay, Nep smiled and went to stand up, but his smile quick, Did I fuck up? Lamau, catching mistakes? Couldn't be me. Yeah, I was incorrect. Bulkies is right though. You got this giant cowlick now. You leave my ahoge alone. It's beautiful. It's crescent moon shaped. Love it or perish. Nep smiled. Oh, Nep smiled and went to stand up, but her smile quickly turned to panic as she leapt for Taiga. Taiga was caught off guard and pushed to the ground by Nep's body slam. What are you doing? Taiga shouted. But was swiftly answered by the sound of a trident crashing into the ship's deck. The two of them wore serious expressions as they nodded at each other and quickly bolted off in separate directions towards their armaments and belongings. Taiga quickly noticed 4 merfolk standing aboard the Aurelia's jewel, and Nep scouted another 6, with a handful more heading towards the door. Nep signaled to Taiga to take care of the ones trying to breach the interior. Taiga's pace quickened as she lowered her body to grab the big small bag. With a flick of her arm, she was able to secure it on her shoulder before quickly snagging her broad feather and cinnabarrier. Her body seemed to be moving at an odd angle, but she never lost pace or traction. Wow, these boots are crazy nice. Taiga weaved in and out of an oncoming barrage of bullet-shaped water. Magic. Her speed never ceased as she closed the gap between her and the 4 closest merfolk. Out of my way, Taiga yelled confidently. One of the merfolk charged mana into its arm, flexing it, causing it to grow twice as large as before, before swinging a giant war axe towards Taiga. The reflection of its worn blade bounced from her azure eyes, so slow. Abruptly crossing over to the outside of their striking arm, Taiga quickly ran her blade through the beast's gut. Blood spilled gratuitously onto the deck as she whirled around, lopping another head off before changing her momentum with a thrust through the third merfolk's chest. With a swift heel kick, she pounced off the now dead merfolk, thrusting forward towards the head of the fourth. It managed to barely raise its trident, causing Broadfeather to swing wildly to the right. "Oh no," Taiga said as she began to move in that direction. The merfolk began to smile. Its mouth leaked some parasitic worms native to the depths of the ocean from its teeth. "Psych," Taiga giggled. Taiga's shield had been in her offhand and cracked into the skull. Of the merfolk as she flew by. This caused its entire jaw to rip from its head. It was left writhing in pain on the deck while Taiga went to deal with its allies attempting to breach the interior of the ship. Back where Nept and Taiga had been fighting, Nept found themselves surrounded by over a dozen or so merfolk. While she had quickly used Ouroboros to dispatch of the first 6, more came from beyond the gunwale. "I just made tuna fish out of your friends. Are you sure that fighting me like this is a good idea?" Nept goaded the merfolk. With a synchronized attack, the merfolk utilized their tridents and magical water bullets to assail Nept. For 30 seconds, Nept stood in the center of them, slipping their attacks and... For 6 seconds, Nept stood in the center of them, slipping their attacks and routing them with Ouroboros. He didn't seem to be able to make a move offensively, but suddenly, her eyes lit up. Now. She wrapped one head of Ouroboros around the bottom of her foot and allowed it to spin around her heel while dodging the incoming attacks. Faster, she thought as she grabbed at a trident that was stuck in the ground nearby, and had the other head of Ouroboros wrap itself around the hilt of it. Here we go. Yeah, I was in the middle of like a sick attack. Okay. You know the name Taiga reminds you of a femboy VTuber by the same name? I think I know who you're talking about, actually. Didn't they just recently get like bullied pretty hard a few months ago? It's like pretty unfortunate events, actually. Also, I'm thinking of somebody else. That's entirely possible. A brutal shield bash? Yeah, you may or may not have fucked their face up. They got bullied for false allegations? Yeah, I can't really remember what happened. It's unfortunate. You only know Taiga from the romance anime? Oh yeah, Toradora. Real gamer hours. Toradora gaming. It's crazy because like I watched Toradora a while ago, but I don't know. When I picture Taiga, I just picture the Tasso's OC. Let me move this real quick. Trident that was stuck in the ground nearby the head of the other one. Ouroboros is a concept in mythology, right? Snakehead bites its tail and encircles it. Yeah, so more specifically though, Nept thinks about... So Nept's weapon is essentially this. It's this Ouroboros from Blaze Blue. Just it has a different color scheme and slightly different shape. Oh, thanks for the head pats, Hope. Yeah, that's the good shit. True, you do in fact. Yeah, much like a scorpion, like scorpions dart. Just magical. Another trident narrowly missed Nept's neck as they flipped onto the ground. started a windmill pushing with their legs. Yeah, you can create fire. I just don't think it has like the control magic. Like being able to control the axis without throwing it. Type thing. I think isn't Scorpion able to just like make fire on his own though? Or am I misremembering? That's entirely likely that I'm misremembering. Riders that nuts had latched. Foot latched. Onto ripped itself free from, oh my goodness, the ground, and spun around him. Oops. Your cat Luna was staring at my model for a bit. Real recognizes real. For real. Aptly. Diced nuts. Bows as it. Yeah, as it circled around her. Motherfucker tried to run away. The trident caught it on severing its Achilles tendon. Threw itself to the deck, reaching misery as Net slowly approached it. It whimpers, it screams. It's an Achilles tendon. So an Achilles tendon is the tendon on the back of your like heel. And it hurts like a motherfucker if it gets damaged. So when you look at this, it's this one here. So you know that like if you like go to your heel and you go right above it, that like really thick piece of something that's clearly not muscle. When you press that, that's your Achilles tendon. If you ever snap that or break it, yeah, it's the worst. What makes your hand move? The mouse? Yeah. BC wasn't able to do it with the keyboard. So it's the mouse. It screams. Good shit. That's not correct. Screams ricochet through the salty air, but quickly fell to soft whimpers once met. Stood. Naps. Powered. Above it. It's named Greek mythology. Yeah. Well, it's like the whole story with like Achilles' heel. And that was like his one weakness and his downfall. Thievery. I must steal. Ah. Whose ears wildin'? My ears be doing their job. You don't worry about my damn ears. Ah. Motherfucker loves water out here. Speaking of water, I wonder. I see. Oh, I should check something really quick before I forget. Yowzer. We were pretty okay on this, right? 4,000 words, and I'm only this far into the chapter? Oh no. Oh no. That's awkward. That'd be. Okay. Why are you not attacking the ship? Not question. The sea beast. Yeah, it does look nice. They did a good job. They should be happy with their work. Merfolk. Quivered. Made some noises with its tongue. And rhythmically created noises with, oh, fuck off, its tongue and teeth. Yeah. I don't know what you're saying. Upside. I do. Tiger. It is tongue. Nah, not is. It is tongue. Just it's. I do. Tiger came up from behind. That. The few percussion clicks of her own. Tiger. Tiger dressed the merfolk. Two. Exchanged dialogue. Jesus Christ. For a few moments. Merfolk speak different language. These specific ones do. The reason that Nept tried speaking common to the merfolk is because merfolk generally are able to speak common. But for some reason, when he tried on this one, it was unable to speak common. So he was like, well, that's unfortunate. She was like, that's unfortunate. But these two, Taiga's able to pick up where Nept cannot for a few moments. before Taiga calmly ran their blade through its neck. A deadpan expression. Huh? Why did you do that? You needed information from it. I forgot. Furball, I think is what I did. Seems about right. Meerkats. Fuck yeah. Furball. Let me see something. Okay. You'd love to see it. Not complained. I don't think it's going to be much use. Oh shit, Nin. Yo, what's up, Nin? Thank you for swinging by. Hi. Welcome. Thank you for coming in. Much appreciated the raid. What up, Zombos? Shout out the Nin. Holy shit. Tomorrow. Nin, are you definitely doing the Fortnite tomorrow? And if so, can I join you? For real? Or actual, I can close your stream now. Teehee, haha. Let's go. Oh, man. I go away there. Board. You'll be doing it tomorrow. Got to get the Miku. Sick. I'm gonna try to join you then if that's cool when I get on. I'm sure you'll be live before me though. Yeah, I don't think it was gonna be of much use. Makes you so sure. Fast. Kept eating itself. Something about all three, all 13, I'm not spell 13 apostles have come. Apostles have come. Oh, thanks, Enlighten. I appreciate it. Whatever that's supposed to be. I gotta turn their attention to the double doors she had protected moments earlier. Appreciate the lurk, Nin. Damn. Man, it's been long enough I can't even remember the character I introduced in this chapter. Isn't that crazy? Speaking of Dullahan. Fuck. Damn, hate to see it. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Captain Dullahan. Came up from behind them. They turned to see a man standing no more than 4 feet tall. Golden metallic peg leg bore the weight on the right side. Fancy shirt. Okay. It's time to dual screen. Dual wielder. General. Captain of the... How long has it been since I wrote this? That's a good question. The last time I wrote was on the 18th. Yeah, 18th of December. It's been a minute. But I was also like, I was going through it health-wise, and we were making a mad dash to finish trials, and there's just a bunch of stuff, so I just kind of had to take a step back for a bit. Dun, 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 dun. Teehee? My bad. Man, I can't wait to have to go back and spell check all this shit later and fix the grammar and the way people talk and stuff. It's gonna be a super good time. Aurelia. My voice sounds better as far as sickness. True. Yeah, I'm starting to feel better. Although we have a new sickness in the house, so it's pretty sick. Do I release paper copies of my books? I do. Yeah, they're all on Amazon. Okay, it's yelling at me. Never mind. If you type in all dust, they'll show up. But I mean, you can pretty much read my books for free in the Discord under Eon's library. Just saying. You don't wanna pay for them. What I'll probably wind up doing is at some point too, when I finish more books this year, probably start selling signed copies again. I'll see why not. Already boarded the ship, asked the relic. Cannot be law. Captain of Aurelia's true. All duster. Thank you, Tessa. 4 foot 0 inches. Male. Do I have like art on the cover? All dust is the name is your name on the books. Yeah, so they all have like cover art and yeah, all dust, all one word. I got a sister series and a main series. There's All Dust Kronos and All Dust Vanguard. If you like paranormal fiction, All Dust Vanguard will be up your alley. If you like fantasy, like isekai type stuff, probably All Dust Kronos. Yeah. I still think All Dust Vanguard's probably like my magnum opus right now. Honestly. It's just better, probably better written overall. I'm gonna lie, I'm just gonna copy this and put this into here for now, because I'm not trying to update my draft or my Skelly at this moment, if I'm being honest with you. I'm just trying to write. I'm feeling irresponsible. Holly, Tara, and Dullahan. An idea for a book a while back, never went anyway. That's the beautiful thing with writing, where it's like, if you have downtime, just write if you want to. I always recommend to people, don't do what I do. Don't write like super detailed skeletons like I do. If you're writing like a one-off book or something, just write like an overview. It should be about like 3 to 5 pages, where it just gives like a general synopsis of the beginning of your story, the middle of your story, and the end of your story, and then start writing your book right after that. Just like have a clear idea in mind what you're trying to convey, you know, like what story you want to tell, and tell that story. Try not to get distracted, that's all. And the more ideas you try throwing into it, and the more large scale you try making it, especially if it's your first story, the harder it's going to be to finish, and eventually you're never going to finish it, and then it's going to come out, it's going to be a mess with a bunch of plot holes and issues. Just write the book, don't overdo it, have a good time, be okay with imperfection, you know. My very first, I don't think I've ever told this story, my very first iteration of All Dust Kronos was called, I woke up in a new world, but I'm not the main character. It was like a rip on all these isekai names being really long and silly. But the alpha readers for the original version, while they really liked the premise and they liked the character development, a lot of the common complaints about the way that the chapters were going was that my pacing was too, like, it would be like way too slow and then way too fast. And after doing multiple iterations and eventually changing the name and, you know, how I went about it, my alpha readers like really fell in love with it. And then I got beta readers when I started to tighten it up, because I was very careful with the first book. And the beta readers, it was weird because like probably like 80% of them were like, this shit's peak, and then like 5% of them were like, this is too fantasy, I don't want to read this. And I was like, well, then why are you reading it? Why are you here? Another 5% of them were essentially like, I don't like the premise of the story, but I like the characters. And then the rest of them were just like, yeah, it's good, it's fine. And you just bring her out, hon. And then I don't know, after I published it, it was met with fine reception. And then Amazon kept striking down all my 5-star reviews, which was really annoying. Like all my positive reviews, they shot for like 6 months because I was a new writer. I hate them for that still. So that was really annoying. But it was really like humbling experience with the alpha readers and stuff, because there were times where I just like thought I had a good idea or a good way of writing a scene, and I had somebody be like, I straight up don't understand this, and I was like, damn, my bad. So I had to like go back and, you know, really workshop how to handle that situation that I was writing. And I don't know, I'm very fortunate that I gained a lot of good feedback during my time writing Kronos 1. And I've evolved as a writer a lot since then. Very, very fortunate. One of my biggest weak points, other than writing like funny scenes and comedy, because I can't rely on visuals, one of my biggest weaknesses other than comedy is writing a hook, an opening hook. Because of the way I write my stories, I don't write, how do I explain this? Whenever you think of like a shonen, right? Like a shonen manga or a shonen anime, when they start off, they get you hooked right from the get-go. They have like a good premise, they put it in your face immediately, establish goals early on and strongly, like they shove it in your face. And usually there's something that emotionally ties you to the story. And like, I don't know if it's like a staunch refusal to do some of those techniques or what, but I feel like in most of my stories, excluding Vanguard, my start is very, very weak. Like even in this one, my prologue, my introduction to this book is, while it's like an interesting prologue, it's not like that's not a hook. You know what I mean? Like my prologue, my starts are like, trust me, bro, starts. And then the people that start with it enjoyed it. And the ones that don't, kind of, you know, they're like, whatever. And it is what it is. So, yeah, I don't know. It's something that I know how to fix, but I constantly choose not to. Kind of like stuff on my YouTube videos. Tee. Comedy seems hard in books in general. You think I might have only laughed at a book like once. See, I'm the opposite. I've laughed in books, like at people's writing a ton of times. So I know some people are harder to make laugh than other, especially in the writing medium. So I totally get it. But yeah, no, it's I would say that it's hard in books in general. Now, if I was doing like a manga visually, I think I can make most people laugh pretty easily. I don't know. I think visually I have like good ideas for things. It's just like making them work on paper and in Word format's not always a one-to-one, so I gotta be really careful. You know? I'm just waiting to write until Astra brings her out. I don't want to get in the zone too hard. Maybe I should go see. Let me see. But yeah, I could talk about like writing tech and like concepts and stuff all day. It's one of my like, I don't know, it's one of my favorite things. That's why I was really excited to start doing this late night lucky segment, because it allows me to have an excuse to do two of my favorite things side by side, and that's streaming and writing, which is how do I put it, incredibly selfish but really funny, but it's worked out in my favor. All I'm being with a manga or comic is the cost of getting an artist and finding a way to sell it. So the cost of getting an artist thing felt. I started paying a mangaka to do a manga alongside me, but unfortunately for the money I could pay them, they wouldn't do their highest quality work, and I couldn't afford to keep it up. If I wanted to publish a manga, I would need anywhere between a minimum of $8,000 and a maximum of like $16,000 to get it to be where I need it to be. Yeah. That's a good time. So the other thing too is like working with a mangaka when you're a storyteller. If you have a script like this, like I have here, if they don't know you and they don't trust your writing ability or whatever, they're not going to be willing to read the script at all. They are not willing. Like the ones I've worked with are not willing to do it. You have to rewrite it into like panel boarding. So you have like your panels, and then you're like, okay, this has to happen on this page and this on this page, and write it like a movie script almost, but with like panels too, storyboarding, whatever. So it's like, it just creates more work for you as well. Plus you're paying them, and it's like, well, can't you just read the chapter and then, you know, but no. So yeah, I don't know. It's tough. There is a world where like, you know, just get really good at writing drawing and then do it myself, but I'm not doing that shit. Same issue with animation. Startup costs are a big thing. It's true. It's true. I mean, I was fortunate in the past. I found somebody where I could pay them. It was like $18 a second for animation. You know, and that wound up being kind of costly. But usually, you're lucky if you can find somebody under like $40 a second for hand-drawn animation. It's incredibly difficult. Yeah, shit's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. So, unfortunately, unless you have somebody that shares your vision and your dream and is willing to take a chance on you, you're not going to go very far. Believe it or not, I'm sure you guys know Merryweather. Merryweather is they're a VTuber, right? But they're an author and they do a bunch of manga and stuff, right? They do the webcomics. They actually started out just by like reaching out to a ton of people, and they'd be like, hey, you want to do this? You want to do this? You want to do this? And like just didn't pay them. And now Mary, as big as they are, they pay people like livable salaries, you know, days off and shit. But like before, it was literally just them grinding, going on Reddit, going to different forums and stuff, finding artists that would take a chance on them to do it for free. And like, there was a time where I was like, damn, that's fucking like, that's kind of despicable. But after like 2 seconds of critical thought, I was like, you know what? The artist could have said no, you know, like I'm sure a bunch did. I respect the grind, like good for them. Merryweather mentioned you've seen comics of them. Yeah, it's hard not to see Merryweather comics if you're in like that anime or manga sphere. They're massive. And rightfully so. I mean, they've been grinding at it the way they have for a long time. And they're kind of a pioneer in what they do. They're incredibly intelligent to focus on making like meme stuff into like cute anime waifu type things for a while there before they started trying to push their actual stories they wanted to tell. Buster, you could see us continue making good books and soon you get a fan that happens to be an artist and can work out on better things. True. Is it my dream to write a book? That's an interesting question. Probably not, because I've already published 3 books. But like, I think if you were to ask me, is it my dream to write always? Like write as a job or stream as a job? I don't know if I'd say dream, but is it a want or an aspiration I'm actively working towards? Yeah. I'm definitely working to hit one of those goals eventually. I think I might have mentioned this in the past, but the reason I began streaming was because I thought it'd be easier to advertise my books as a streamer and or content creator than trying to stir up the money to constantly pay for ads. Which was like a dumb way to look at it, but that was part of the reason I started streaming on top of the other reasons I wanted to stream. We would wish to have your own comic or animation, but probably can't afford in doing so. Yeah, it's tough. It's one of those things where it's like most of us are gonna have to say, fine, I'll do it myself, or just save up for a really long time. It's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. It's fucking painful. It's hard when you have ideas and you lack the funds to make them happen. It's also one of those that takes money to make money things. Teehee. Because if you just have money, you can just waste it on as many projects as you want until something sticks, you know what I mean? I think I post... Let me see something really quick. I just want to see if I have... What is this? Vanguard. I don't think I posted my manga chapter in here. Yeah, I didn't. That's okay. Appreciate the lurk. Thank you. Did I ever read any of the Digimon Seekers you forgot? No, my plan was to read through all of it at some point and possibly do like videos on it, but yeah, I didn't do that obviously. Teehee. Oopsies. I would like to though. I think what I'll do eventually is I'll do a reading of I'll do a reading of Seekers, either by chapter or by like 2 to 3 chapters. I'll do the same thing for Liberator. I don't know if people will like that or appreciate it, but I think I'm just gonna do it anyways. House projects, yeah, they'd be expensive too. I eventually really need like an office or something, so I'm not like next to the living room and kitchen one day, and that's gonna be impossible. That's why so many don't make comics or animations. Not people would not want to have their comic or anime. A lot just are really hard to get started. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's either a lot of work or a lot of money or both. Bring it up because they had like 2 drawings per chapter, and you think that's a good, cheap, happy medium instead of a full-on manga comic. Well, yeah, that's just like a light novel, right? Doing like 1 picture per chapter, every other chapter, 2 pictures a chapter. It's very affordable. My plan for Lucky Days is to do pictures, but do it different than how I did it in Kronos. So I gotta settle on a cover artist too, because I think I might want to use Icy this time around if they're down to do it. It'll just be really expensive for the cover, because it's cover art, spine art, and back cover art, which adds up pretty quick. Sometimes just one image is like $200, $300. It's nuts to imagine a whole comic. Well, usually like mangakas charge differently for panels, right? Black and white panels. They usually charge either per page or per panel. So it's like possible it could be that much. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. It really just depends. I'm adding pictures to Lucky Days. Before the full print release, yeah, that's the plan. Or physical release. It's just, the problem is it's just gonna really add to the time frame for publication. I want to add I wish Amazon would let me add a poster feature, so I could add in like a foldable like map and a foldable poster of the Fool's Carol. I'm still undecided if I want my front cover to be the Fool's Carol, or like the main members of the Fool's Carol, and like have it spread it to the back, or if I just want it to be like Lucky and Jamie or something. I gotta decide on that. I have a few different like poses and things in mind. 1 picture per chapter every few chapters. Yeah, it probably won't be like super frequent. It'll be like key points and stuff. How do you get books published anyway? So there's a few ways. One of the easiest ways to get a book published is to find a publicist and or like a manager that has ties in the industry, and they would have to see like samples of your work, and then, or what you're working on. They'd recommend changes and stuff, and you'd want to adhere to them so that they will work hard for you to get you into, you know, different agencies. Then they'll get you into a publishing agency, hopefully with a good contract. That's like the traditional way. And then one of the other ways is to just publish to a digital platform, like Wattpad, web novel, whatever. Like as long as you have work out there, you're published, right? Just think of it that way. And then one of the more common ways now is you can publish to a distributor like Amazon, and you upload your script and your cover art and all that stuff, your search engine results stuff, and they proof it. If everything's good to go, they send you a proof, and then once that's done, you approve the proof, and they put it up on the store, and when someone buys it, they manufacture it and ship it out to them. So pretty much it's highly gate cut. Nah, not even close. The fact that you can just sign up for an Amazon account and upload your script and not only provide like a digital Kindle version and a physical version for people to buy or get for free through Amazon Kindle, at no upstart cost to you, you just got to upload it, is kind of insane. I mean, If you want to pay like multiple professional editors and, you know, get a cover that's like custom and everything, that could cost money. But making a cover is really, really easy. If you want to make like a relatively generic, safe cover that people will like, it's not hard. Canva has templates. All these places have templates. So like that's always an option. But yeah, no, Amazon itself as like a self-publisher is really like, it's pretty easy. The problem with Amazon is they are pretty infamous for hating on new authors. If you get too many buys or too many reviews too fast, they will basically shut you down, so you won't get recommended. And then on top of that, if you get too many positive reviews too fast, they'll assume that you're buying bot reviews and they'll shoot your reviews and they'll get rid of them. So there needs to be like a balance between how quickly you pop off and the type of book you're doing, that kind of thing. Yeah, it could be rough. It could be rough. The biggest thing is like, don't go into it expecting to make a bunch of money. Do it because you love it and you want to like create something, right? And then you'll pretty much be happy no matter what. And don't take negative reviews too hard, especially if they're not constructive criticism. Take it on the chin and move on, because that could be extremely demoralizing for a lot of people. I mean, yeah, I mean, Amazon's not great to new people, but once you've like uploaded multiple books and they see you're legit, then, you know, usually you get a pass. Or if you have like a proof of track record of doing a lot of marketing and your shit pops off, you can submit that to their customer claims department or their author claims department, and they can, you know, stop being dinkers. You'd pitch in if it's the full Fool's Carol. Don't tempt the motherfucker. It's just one of those days. Gotta blow up the Fool's Carol for funsies. I actually don't like this song, if I'm being honest. Polyterra and Dolahan emerged from the ship entrance, stepping over bodies by the door. Holly-eyed, hair, suspiciously, damn, I'm dog shit. Suspiciously, Terra inspected bodies to make or to confirm the kills. How long am I streaming? I usually stream anywhere between, okay, I max out at 4 hours. Sometimes I end early, but usually I try to get as close to the 4-ish hour mark as I can. Could think of it as a Kickstarter donation, you know? What's that? Terra inspected the bodies to confirm the kills. My name is Captain Dolhan. Well, I appreciate your fine guild for okay. That's not a sight you see every day. Dolahan muttered. Did the two of you make this mess all by yourselves? Oh, the Fool's Carol cover, already sang you pitch in for it. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Imagine being brain dead like me. Context clueless, head ass. Even though the context clue is right there and I'm just dumb. Nah, I'm an airhead. What about it? Fear me, for I have dummed everybody in the room. Yeah. You love to see it. That's Tiger. Nodded. Olan. Gifted glasses. Got a good feeling about this. Seeing character on a book cover would be really cool, especially if you could assign Kabu. Oh shit. Gain after gain. Yeah, that'd be pretty neat actually. Fuck. I'm gonna say it's gonna be really weird to be putting myself on the book cover. Genuinely. Thing is with you, that sort of context clue stuff just comes to you normally. You don't even think about it. Oh, I'm dense as a motherfucker. I'm like extra dense. We stupid as fuck out here. All I shifted his glasses. I'm a good feeling about this. Whoops, I've got a bad feeling about this. No motherfuck. Haven't attacked us in decades. Let's start now. Didn't seem to speak common either, which is strange. Not pointed out. Does anyone know anything about the 13 fossils? I wondered if I inquired. Nope. Ollie shook head. Me either. Their job leading up to Tarako. Nah. I've heard not. These 13 fossils. Regardless, we need to I'll leave before cleanup and your duties. Captain Olahan surveyed back one last time before heading back inside. Does Taiga speak merfolk? Yeah. Taiga's got a knack for beast folk. Beast speak. It's not always perfect or a one-to-one, but we're having a... let's just say they're attuned to it. There's certain races and Lucky Days that I don't want to say have like an auto-translate, but have linguistic prowess with different things. Like dragons, for example, just have the ability to speak with any type of beast folk or ennobled creature with higher intelligence that has a form of communication. And Taiga's part dragon. Yeah, kinda, sorta. Technically they're Neko, but it's all good. Really just slipped. Taiga has a knack for beast folk in there. Yeah, beast tongue, my bad. There's a handful of characters in the story that I don't want to say like communicate by intuition. You know how like Ash Ketchum can talk to Pokemon or understand what they're saying without being able to actually speak their language all the time, depending on the depiction in the season. Characters like Lucky, Taiga, and a few others have the ability just to commune with different forms of wildlife. Lucky cheats though. Lucky has the intuition, but she can fully understand just by touching anything. That's a little bit different. But she can kind of intuition her way through some bullshit. Same with Luffy understanding different animals and stuff. Oh, true. Kind of forgot about that. Yeah, very similar. Well, I didn't get a whole lot of writing done today, but here's the thing. It's okay. Because it's like 400 words. That's not great. But good thing is we started late and I did a shit ton of yapping, some good yapping. So we'll consider it a W all the way around. Another late night lucky successful. For real, for real. Meowth has to translate Pokemon for Team Rocket a lot. This is true. You would think Team Rocket hanging out with Meowth and all these Pokemon would just kind of get it after a certain point, but they don't. We gotta hold that L. Alrighty. So, for those of you, oh hell yeah, I know where we're going. For those of you chilling in Twitch, we're gonna go ahead and do a little raid. Those of you on YouTube who are, watching this back later or watching now and haven't had a chance, definitely join the Discord. I'm gonna show that shit until I die, I guess. Other than that, I appreciate y'all for swinging out for my re-debut. That was awesome. You guys are the greatest. I look forward to spending more time with y'all, doing some more late night lucky. Tomorrow, we're gonna be playing some Fortnite with hopefully Ninden. Mostly because I want to get Miku. And then, yeah, so probably no late night lucky tomorrow. But the schedule's up in Discord, and then we'll be back on the regular grind from there. Hope you all have a lovely rest of your night. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Annyeong.